Students to this particular lecture on the topic online scams. In our earlier lectures, we studied the internet banking, mobile banking, guidelines given by Reserve Bank of India for mobile banking and internet banking, and we also studied how the customer should take the precautions while using the internet and mobile banking. Now, in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss about some common online scams. Most of the time what happens, some phone calls comes to the victims or some fraud emails come in our mailbox. These are the calls, these are the mails which have been sent by the frauders in order to steal our personal information or financial related information. And on the basis of that particular data which we do provide to these frauders, they do the scams, they steal the money from our bank account. So what are these scams? What are the types of scams that we are going to study in this particular lecture? So these are the 5 different types of scams that we are going to discuss now. The very first type of scam is known as phishing. Phishing is the name given to the fraud. Actually, the frauders, they do send some fraud emails on our email address, and they claim that these are the mails which have been sent by our bank or particular organization. And in this mail, they do ask us our personal information like our name, our date of birth, and some other important related information they do asks to the customers. And sometimes they ask the financial related information, means they ask the bank account number and other related information which is related with our bank account. So we what happens when these mails comes to our inbox, appears in our inbox, we do open these mails and we think that these are the mails sent by our bank, and we tries to provide some important information to these mails, or these are the mails which are redirected to some other website, and from that website they do ask some important information related personal information and other related information. And in this particular event, without knowing, we do provide this all of information to these particular mails, we do response to these particular mails. So in this way, the frauders, they steal our information, they get our information, and on the basis of our information they do the cyber crimes. So phishing is the word which is used to this particular process in which the fraud emails comes or appears in our mailbox, and we do provide that particular information to the frauders. So this is the first type of scam which is related with the online transactions. The second type of the online scam is known as phishing. In this particular type, phishing, the frauders do phone calls to the victims or the customers. The person calls to us and pretends that some bank employee or the bank personnel is making a call to us, and we assume that some bank personnel needs some important information from us, and we started providing all the information to that particular person. So actually the frauders used to call us and they pretends us that bank employee is calling to us, and they started asking our account number, our date of birth, our full name, IFSC code of the bank, our mobile number which is registered with the bank. And when customers provides the information, they will note down the information and they will use this particular data for doing some online scams. So phishing is that type of fraud in which the uh, the voice calls comes on our mobile phone, and through that voice call we do provide the important we reveal the financial and personal information to the unknown persons. So this is the second type of scam which commonly happens. The third type of online scam is known as farming. The farming is such type of a scam in which the frauds what happens, the frauders will take the use of internet connectivity to get the data from the victims. This in this particular process, the malicious codes will be used by the frauders to steal the data or to get the important data from the customers. This they steal the information through internet with the use of internet. The malicious codes means such type of codes which do some undesired effect to the software or to the system. Or sometimes these malicious codes are such types of codes which also damage the system, which also damage our softwares. So what the frauders will do, they will steal our data, they will get the data through the internet connectivity. So this is the scam farming in which the frauders will steal our data, our information from with the help of internet. What the hackers will do, the hackers will connect our system with these malicious codes. They diverts the connectivity of our system to some other system instead of diverting it towards our banks or towards the authentic system. Instead of connecting our computer to the authentic system, they also diverts through the malicious codes. The frauders or the hackers diverts the connectivity of our computer system towards some other system, and in that way they will try to steal, they will get the important personal and financial information from the victims. So this is the third type of online scam, that is known as farming. The fourth type of online scam, it is known as malware, and we are very well aware with this particular word malware. Malware is a type of virus. It is the combination of viruses. This is the software which is intentionally designed by the hackers to damage the software, to damage the system of the computer, or to damage the network connectivity of the computers. That particular software is known as malware. We are very well aware with some viruses, those who oftenly use the computers, they oftenly listen some types of viruses like worm is a type of virus, torsion is the type of virus, horses is the another type of virus, spyware is the name of the virus. These are the types of viruses, these viruses which are related with this particular word malware. So these are the viruses. These viruses tries to damage our system, damage the computer network, damage the softwares of the computers. So through the use, these are the viruses which corrupts the data, stored data of the computers. So these are the another type of uh, what we say the viruses which will interrupt while performing the financial transactions. So the next type of online scam which is known as money mules. Actually the money mules are the intermediaries of the criminals. The most of the times the hackers or the financial criminals, what they do take the help of the intermediaries in order to steal the data or in order to steal the financial or personal information from the victims. So these are the intermediaries. They sometimes aware with the intention of the criminals and sometimes they are unaware with the intention of the criminals. But intentionally or unintentionally, with an aware or with an unaware sense, these intermediaries do work for the financial criminals. They do help these financial criminals to transfer the data from one organization to another organization. They intentionally or unintentionally they do work for the organization of the criminals. So in this part of the online scam money mules, the criminals do get the data through intermediaries. The criminals steal the financial and personal information through these intermediaries. So these are the scams which takes place while doing the online financial transactions. So in this way, these are the important online scams which oftenly we used to listen. We used come across these types of scams while performing online transactions, while performing online financial transactions. So this is the scams which are related with the electronic fund transfer system. So these are the scams which are related with electronic fund transfer system. While performing the electronic fund transfers, these interruptions will come in the form of this particular type of scams. So therefore, the customers who are using this online banking, the customers who are using this mobile banking, they should be very aware with they should be very cautious about this common type of online scams which do happen oftenly in order to get or in order to steal our data. So in this way, the particular lecture on common online scams is completed here. From the next lecture, I will start the new second unit. Thank you. Thank you very much.